Is Kendrick without gangland? Without the backing, yes, Kendrick.
No, it's not.
Yes,
We're not listening to
He can't make a Good Kid, Mad City without being from Compton and Gangland.
Hold on, pause. Before Good Kid, it was Section 80. It was overly dedicated.
I said he can't make a Good Kid, Mad City without being from a bad city.
Again, he has to have the backing of that area, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It got pushed because when I found out that's where he grew up at. That's what made me want to listen to it.
But what about all this is what y'all keep. It's a whole nother world. When we talk about mainstream, which is that's how you transcend.
I understand what you're saying.
Let me just speak.
Go ahead.
Before those people knew he was from Compton, from whatever, affiliated with Paru, whatever, we knew him as just Kendrick Lamar. We knew him from Section 80. We knew him from Good Kid, Mad City, or not from Good Kid, from Overly Dedicated. He had hits like ADHD, talking about how we are a product of being crack babies. He had certain little club hits on those albums.
I didn't know all that.
I didn't even know him from Overly Dedicated.
So this is what I'm saying though. So like that's because that's when I was outside. So my generation really grew up with him. Minus all the gang, all of the tough shit. That's very new. Kendrick never needed none of that.
We grew up with Kendrick.
Hold on, his most famous interview was Gangland. It was him in that backyard. Hold on, is this nigga from over there?
But bro, of course, Noisy, again, they're gonna come and give you an interview when you in the backyard with 20 Bloods and you like this. Of course they're gonna do that.
But he didn't have to have them Bloods in that video.
But Kendrick was already Kendrick Lamar. You don't think of gangs when you think of Kendrick. Now we're starting to because of how much people are trying to attach that to him. But let's keep it 100.
But he had it on his album
let's
cover,
keep it 100 to Pimp a Butterfly.
He had them on there.
Bro, but that don't mean that's him showing his community. That's not him saying I'm from
affiliation of where I'm from.
That's not him.
He had nothing but Bloods on there.
He had nothing but blood.
But how do we do not know that they're Bloods?
We know that, yes,
when
we
you
do.
see Game, when you see Draco, when you see Snoop, when you see these different rappers, you know to a degree that they're affiliated or they're outright repping their gang. Kendrick is not doing that.
Can I tell you one thing?
He's representing Compton like a gang.
But no. Let me say, you know how I know Kendrick was claiming the area, or even if he's a non-affiliate. Look at the streets that he kept saying. Rosecrans. If you really from the city, ain't no Crips on Rosecrans in Compton. Let's just be real. You got to be intact with the city. If I'm in Long Beach, bro, and y'all saying 2-1 or you know what I'm saying? It's certain
He's saying Tams
that's what I'm saying, bro. It's certain liquor stores, certain burger stands. When you reference, we all know who goes to that.
You think when he went on tour with Drake, people cared or knew he was a gangbanger? You think when he sold out?
I think that was a part of his image, his allure.
I just
to even be able to get
I get what you're saying, Kali. This is the thing.
I don't
right?
see the gangbang.
No, I get what you're saying, but the aggression, the way Kendrick is, he doesn't. This is what I mean when I say you don't have to be a gang member, but he has the mentality. He's able to tap into certain things that he learned from being out here in the streets of Compton. That brings a different type of person out of you. Why we see a person like Kendrick, versatile creator, versus a Draco. Why Draco was on the time he was on because of where he grew up in certain parts of Los Angeles. The same with Kendrick. Where did Tyler grow up at?
Ain't Hawthorne, bro. It's nothing but traffic over there and bad parking in apartments. We all know what's going on in Hawthorne.
But what defines Kendrick, we don't define him by the streets because he rapped about different things. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I mean when I say it's not the fact that these niggas is gang members. They don't supersede past the gang mentality. They don't talk about real shit. They scared to be vulnerable. They scared to have real life in their music besides making them thinking they look good by chipping something, the things that they think they need to be respected by. But the artists that get past that, the Snoop Dogs, the
Tupac, because he started banging M.O.B. once he got the Death Row.
The Eazy-E's, the people, even Nipsey. He still had message in his music, and he still was gangbanging in his music until the day he died. So to me, it looks like it's just more of a, like I said, you got to have that grit. You don't necessarily have to be a gang member, but you have to be a real strong, I want to say alpha male for niggas to accept you on the West.
Think about GNX. Ain't no GNX without that attachment to gangland. Even something as innocent as squabble up. Nigga, that's gang shit.
Yeah.
Telling Drake, you ain't never caught 3 Phase back to back. That's gang shit. Even though he's not affiliated.
The mural.
Whacked out mural.
But y'all are talking about, again, y'all are talking about year 20, year 15. I'm talking about from year 1 to all the way up to year 20.
Well, even Money Trees, he
you,
was
you,
talking
you,
about.
you don't
What
need,
was the first
you
album?
don't need to gangbang.
Hold on. What was the first album?
Overly Dedicated. That's the first album.
No,
that I
the
really
first
came in.
official album was like, oh, this Kendrick.
Was
It was
Money
Good Kid,
Trees?
Mad City.
Section 80, really.
That was a
Section
mixtape.
Okay,
I'm talking about this
if-
album
that
was
was-
Good Kid, Mad City.
If he didn't have to do that, why did he start to transcend and implement that more in his music? Why did he start to get that route?
He just recently did that.
No, he been
Good
doing that
Kid,
since
Mad
Good Kid,
City.
Mad City. That was the first album he started doing that on.
When I'm with the homies.
That's what blew
You
him
know what
up.
I'm saying?
But-
Money Trees, all that.
But
He got gang
and
members on there.
I was about to say because J Rock was on there talking about he's like he was referring Nickerson Gardens on there, and again,
I get what you're saying. But,
Even the skits was like some gang
Kendrick.
shit. nigga.
exactly like hey, come get.
but when people
you have to be affiliated.
No, you
to-
have to be from LA to understand that. When you're not from LA and you just outside of it, you just hearing skits. You're not.
They're saying blood in the
But
skits.
you're not thinking of oh, Kendrick's a gang member. You're not attributing all of that. You're not connecting that with Kendrick when you're listening from a mainstream level. You're just not.
I'm listening from
You
a listening ear, and he's talking about when I'm with the homies,
Yeah.
the van and everything else. You got the homies talking about doing shit. In the
Right,
skits, they're talking about
exactly.
active things, participating. Even that whole song, when I'm with the homies, he talking about doing shit because he with the homies. But
Exactly.
he's been an active participant. He's just not like a J. Cole.
I just don't see the gang of.
Yeah, you're not looking at Kendrick like J. Cole, fool.
Yeah, no, I don't think no, we're definitely not. We're not
Why-
looking
why
at
you
Kendrick
not
like
looking
J.
at
Cole.
Why not, though?
Well, the only reason why we're not looking at Kendrick
Why you not?
well, at this point is because of what J. Cole just recently did. But before
No.
that, he was an untouchable lyricist. He was a rock solid dude that we looked at and thought he was toe to toe with any other nigga.
Not a lyricist. I'm talking about his image. Did you look at J. Cole like Kendrick?
Oh, yes, because and I'm gonna tell you why. Exactly why. Because I put those two sort of in the same boat as like Kanye, the people who are
like conscious rap.
we can look at for something outside of the rah-rah. Like, and he could do that. Cole could do that. Drake could do it for a little bit. You had Crit. You had a couple other people that was able to do that. Big Sean, etc. That new age that Kanye kind of birthed, I put him in that category.
Nigga, Kanye is whole GD out here.
But I'm gonna say this
big
though.
pitchforks.
But
nigga.
even though
Kanye's a gangbanger,
even
nigga.
though Kung
Bruh.
Fu Kenny, even though his delivery may be not as aggressive as we may be used to on the West, he still was doing it subtle. And just like gang culture, bro, not everybody's a rah-rah in the hood. Not everybody is the shooter. You got some cats who just get the money. You got some cats who just get the hoes to the party. You get what I'm saying? It's different dynamics to gang culture. And what I'm saying is Kendrick was just the laid back one. He was the storyteller.
No,
He's
he
the-
just wasn't a gangbanger.
And I'm dead-
He had more knowledge of self and other things. Y'all want to
You
like
think gangbangers ain't got
I'm
knowledge
not
of
sa-
self?
No, I'm not saying that not every gangbanger doesn't, but him not being under the same programming that some people are under, because again, you have a 50-50 chance. If you're under that programming, some might be Kendrick, some not.
Kendrick
So
is-
being
listen.
outside of that to a certain degree helps you be able to
You don't
see the
think- you don't
world
Kendrick
a
ain't
different
Kendrick
way.
without Gangland,
he
bro.
had he needed that. He was going to the Nickersons to battle.
Exactly.
No. What's the song on Good Kid, Mad City where he talked about the dude who
Y'all are saying he
No, I'm not
needed
saying
to.
he needed nothing.
That's what made him who
That's
he
what
is.
made him who he is.
But Kendrick his lyrical ability is what has got him as far as he is, but his environment shaped him to who he is
That's
to be
all
able
I'm
to get to
saying.
that point, to probably even make him want to rap.
Even Section 80, you don't even get the Section 80
without being in the
Gangland.
environment. Because no one that has money is going to be rapping about Section 8.
Tyler, the creator, ain't giving you no
Have you
Section
listened to the
80.
album?
Yeah, bro. Yes.
Have
I'm
you-
trying to listen.
Because
No, have you- no, no,
wait, so you
no,
think the
no.
album's about Section 80?
No. You want to go there? Because at the end of the
This
day,
is
you
all
don't
I'm
even
trying
know
to
about
say.
Rosecrans. When he's talking about, he's referring things. Those are streets that he's talking about where the
Right.
homies be
From a
at.
mainstream level, nobody cares. That's what I'm trying to
Bro,
get you to
yes,
understand.
he does. That's
The whole
what-
world
listen,
cares,
No,
that's
they
what
don't care
listen.
about.
You know why they
Listen,
care?
give
Because you know
them-
why they care? Because our influence has influenced the whole United
Exactly.
States.
That's
You
why-
got hoods in
you're-
LA. You got a Hoover in
Sure,
New
so
York.
No,
I'm just saying.
he
He's saying it
thinks
don't
it
matter.
does.
It does matter because
It-
our
it's not-
culture.
it
It
matters.
doesn't
not that
matter because
it-
nobody's been able to replicate
Hold on,
it
let him
since.
land. Let him land. Let him land.
I'm just
It
saying,
matters.
our culture has impacted and created a whole genre when you got cats acting like us in different parts of the world. You got people in Japan banging crip. You dig what I'm saying? You got Africans banging Damu. That's in Swahili. Like, let's just be real. Our culture has impacted this shit.
Compton has played one of the biggest roles in hip hop music as being a staple for just rap in general. I think him even just mentioning Compton, because we could have said that Crenshaw and Slauson didn't matter. Now it's damn near
It's an idol of
I think it's what is it?
attraction.
Now it's what? Nipsey Hussle
Square.
Nipsey Hussle Square.
Yeah.
And people was coming out here buying the Crenshaw shirts, going just to see what.
And let's just be real. When Nip was alive on a come up selling this album, it was dangerous to go over there. Wasn't nobody go over there to support that?
People are going to Tim's to take pictures because Kendrick talked about it. They're going to that mural, all other different things, but everything matters. Compton played a big part in his life. Even gang members played a big part in his life. The gang members are some of the gang members that helped him believe in himself.
He might have
told him you need to be doing it. Stay away from this or go do that.
I think we're having two different arguments. I'm not negating what has played a part in his life. I'm negating what people see him as. I think the majority of people do not see him the way that y'all see him because, again, y'all might know some more of the inner workings. He's from Compton. He's from Los Angeles County, where we've grown up in. So we've been able to see certain things that if you're just tuning into Kendrick from across the world and just that's not something that you're gonna pick up right away. You're not seeing him in that. You're not seeing him in that light.
He did it subtle, and even in the Super Bowl, he has Serena Williams Crip walking on the corner. Like what I'm saying, he just does it subtle. He's just not overt with his gang banging, bro. And that's what I'm saying. You're having Serena Williams Crip walking at the Super Bowl.
That was goofy anyway. That was goofy anyway. If you're keeping it,
Listen,
that was goofy as hell.
Whether it was goofy or not, Kendrick always implements gangland in his imagery or in his music some way. Even though he's not a gangbanger, he implements the streets because he knows hip hop come from the streets. I need to be tapped into the streets, especially if I'm gonna be number one. You name a nigga that was number one that wasn't really tapped into the streets.
I just don't think people view him as
even
a street
Eminem
guy.
was tapped into the fucking streets. Nigga, 8 Mile and all them Detroit
and
niggas.
I don't think people viewed him as a street guy.
They were saying Samuel L. Jackson was playing
him,
Uncle Sam, saying, "Hey, too ghetto, too rough." He was saying,
let him land.
No, I'm saying he played Uncle Sam in the Super Bowl, saying, "Hey, that's too rough." That's when they had to do the Luther song. He was saying it, bro. He was telling, "Hey, bro, that's too ghetto. Tone it down. Show them what the white folks want to hear." Kendrick was doing it. He's just smart about it, bro. He moves differently. He's just not the ignorant gangbanger that people think all gang members are.
I think people want to time the gang because they want to give gangs that W, but I just don't. When you look at Kendrick, you don't see a gang member. You just don't. Maybe now with the whole peekaboo and all that shit, but prior to that, Mr. Morale, y'all was not viewing a nigga with long dreads and cowboy boots on and a fucking a pageantry shawl. Y'all was not viewing that nigga as a gang member.
Hold on.
The nigga wearing thorns on his head as Jesus, y'all was not viewing as a gang member. The nigga who went to live coffee shops and played with trumpets and saxophones, y'all was not looking at as a gang member.
Do you know there's whole hoods in Compton that ride horses and wear cowboy boots and cowboy hats?
But you're still not understanding what I'm saying though. Listen to what you're saying. What you just said is because of what? Because you know that. But from a mainstream point of view, when you hear To Pimp a Butterfly, when you hear Good Kid, Mad City, when you hear a lot of these songs that are hits, gang banging does not come off the top for most people.
I'm talking about his image. When you look at that
Kendrick's
nigga,
image, you do not get gang.
He look like a street nigga from Compton, bro.
Kendrick was on the song with J-Rock. You ain't gotta like it, but the hood gon' love it, bro. And J-Rock was the bigger artist at that time. I'm telling you, bro, Kendrick
Kanye was on Put On. I put like it don't. Kanye was on Don't Like.
So
like
this
it don't
is what I'm
matter.
gonna say right here, Kali. Right?
Kanye a GD, bro. I keep telling y'all, do your fucking research.
Kendrick has.
That's it.
Kendrick has superseded. But
yes,
when I put Kendrick and you define Kendrick, you never define one person as one thing. But what is going to be attached to him? Yes, the gang at some point. It might not be the main thing, but you're going to understand. If you're a Kendrick fan, you understand what comes with Kendrick.
Comes with it.
The consciousness, the gang, the intelligence, everything else is what makes Kendrick. But a big shape of that is, yes, the support from Compton. If that's the case, why did he ever have to yell Compton? Like, niggas use their cities like gangs.
Facts.
Let's keep it 100.
He used Compton like a gang.
Niggas use that as a mark to, they want you to know that. Because if that didn't matter and you just looked at him as an artist, what the first thing you're gonna say? Well, where did he come from? Oh, a man that grew up on what is it?
142nd.
Yeah, or where
Parmalee and all that. Parmalee,
in the West Side.
I don't know. I just when I listen to a lot of the songs, a lot of his music, I don't get that. His imagery, his creativity, a lot of the music videos he's had, etc. Some of them do have gang imagery in it, but I think a majority of his art and creativity is not surrounded by that. I think he's reaching from other places and creating other things. And I think when he appears on camera, the first thing he's not trying to give across is gang member.
But
I
we
just
never-
don't think that's
we
the first thing
never-
you should
I think
we
you
never-
just conflating like burnt out gang members,
Yeah.
C-Mac, 4 extra.
No, I'm not. What
What
I'm
was the
saying is
original?
that
What do y'all remember the original topic?
Does Kendrick?
yeah, you guys asked if Tyler the Creator could run the West, and you said no. I said that Los Angeles hip hop will not transcend from this point forward until we get rid of the gang banging, at least so heavily in LA rap culture. And then I talked about how you might get caught up for just playing a song.
That's never gonna happen because
Right.
LA culture is gangbanging.
I know. And so then therefore, in the next 5 to 6 years, when we're still having the same conversation, because niggas want to still keep holding on to this shit and thinking that shit is going to be the nucleus of this shit and it's died off, it's over with, nobody wants to hear it. And y'all just, a lot of people don't want to wake up and understand it. Niggas don't want to hear it.
I disagree.
On a
Hold on.
mainstream,
Did
you don't wanna
you
hear it.
Hold on.
Hold on. Did you think Nipsey Hussle album was a classic?
I did, for sure.
He was
Even the
banging,
gangbang music, he
even
was
the gang,
banging
because he
that
was
whole-
last
that
time
whole-
that I checked, he was.
I love
Listen,
Nipsey's
hold
album.
on,
I'm not saying I can't love
time
it
out.
for
They
gangs.
said Draco the Ruler was the next face of LA. Draco image is gangbanger.
And he died before he was able to even transcend.
That's not the argument.
No,
the
that is the
argument
point.
is
That's the point.
he was going to lead the West musically off of gang image. Stink Team, like you just said,
did
Brett
that song about
Flossin.
Inglewood.
So, it
we
was a
damn near thought he was a
possibility.
Crip. He was over there with the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Like he was damn near an honorary
He was a big
Crip.
honey,
So look,
the
he was a
same
big
way
honey.
Kendrick is damn near an honorary Blood.